Hey there everybody, welcome back. So you can see the chainsaw won't start. Before I get into that, thanks for visiting me again today. The channel is going to be about, if this is your first time visiting, all kinds of home repairs, DIY stuff, most common things that most homeowners will come to deal with. So I've got a chainsaw, my Stihl chainsaw, I love this thing, but you know, I screwed up. I guess last fall was the last time I used it. It's the spring now and it's not starting. I have a feeling it's the fuel. It's probably that I've got some old fuel in there. I'm hoping it's the fuel and not that the carburetor's gummed up with oil and old fuel. Hopefully that's not the case. I don't want to have to take it apart and clean it. So it can be a couple of things: fuel, spark plug, and also the lines maybe are compromised. The fuel lines and whatnot. I don't think it's that because the saw isn't that old. So I'm assuming it's going to be fuel, carburetor gummed up, or spark. So we're going to take it one step at a time, and we're going to check the spark plug. You know, we're going to check also change the fuel after we check to make sure we've got spark, and then we'll move on from there. So let's work on it right now. Also have a dirty air filter, which we're gonna want to take care of, but you know, right now that wouldn't be the reason for it not starting. Sometimes that's the reason for it to not stay started and to not run properly. But you know, while I have this off, before I put it back, I'll clean it. Okay, but let's get that off. Yeah, it's pretty dirty in here too. Let's take the spark plug boot off. And the spark plug out. Birds are loud, huh? All right. We obviously definitely have some fuel on here, but I want to get this boot back on and check, make sure we have spark. Let me get the boot on. I'm going to give it a little pull. Pulling it in there, how to get it in here in the dark so I can see it. I do have a spark. So that spark's not the issue. Next step is to check this gas. I'm gonna probably dump this fuel out and then put some fresh gas in. Okay, I use this old toothbrush that I have in my garage for various cleaning purposes to clean off this filter. It looks much better now. It also cleaned out the surrounding areas. Okay, let's put this back now. And I'm gonna try to dump out this fuel, which is gonna be a messy job, I think. And luckily I have a spot where I can safely dispose of this old fuel. In my county they take old fuel like that, so I'm just going to cap that jug and let's get some better gas in here. Okay, now this fuel I'm putting in is not brand new, but what you want to do, obviously, is use brand new fuel. However, it is fuel that's been working in my other two-stroke machines made by Stihl. So let's hope this works
And I didn't put too much. That way, if it doesn't, I don't have too much more fuel to dispose of.
Okay, so we tried to replace the fuel, and I'm gonna guess though that it still could be the fuel. Now, the fuel that I had in that can was not brand new, and sometimes these machines are a little temperamental, so I'm gonna go out, gonna buy brand new fuel from the gas station. I'm gonna mix it with some two-stroke oil, and I'm gonna pour brand new fuel into the saw, and we're gonna give it a chance and see if that takes care of the problem.
I'm just gonna put a little bit just to, I want to overfill it in case I have to pour it out again. All right, let's see. That's a good sign.
Okay, so there it is. It was definitely the fuel, and it's like I thought. And I bought new spark plugs too. I was ready to go with that if I had to change that out. You know what, I just might do that anyway. It's always good to change the spark plugs, even though this one still works. As you can tell, it definitely works, so but I'll probably change it out anyway. So what this means is that there are some machines like this particular chainsaw that really requires all that octane and some fresh fuel. You should always make a practice of having fresh fuel anyway. It's just hard to dispose of old fuel. Now, if you look over here, you've got a Stihl backpack blower behind me, and also have the combi system, and you know those work well enough without, you know, they were working with the other fuel, the same other old fuel that wouldn't start this chainsaw a few minutes ago or a couple hours ago. In reality, through the magic of, you know, YouTube TV here, it was a lot of time between when you first saw me trying to start until right now. But those machines worked. I even tested them again off camera. I'm like, well, crap, this fuel works in here. But as you can see, sometimes it's not the case. You need to start with fresh, when things are not working, fresh, brand new fuel. Give it a shot. And you saw me take care of the air filter earlier, which is something you need to do anyway. That stuff was just too dirty. I'm glad we didn't have to open up the carburetor and do a video on cleaning out a carburetor, which I could do. I've done it before. But taking that thing step by step, start with the fuel, go to spark, back to fuel, and then so I think I heard some deer crashing back here. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Wasn't sure if you guys could hear that. Sorry about the distraction, but a couple deer went crashing through the woods behind me. Yeah, so you take it step by step, and just chronologically, and you can figure this thing out. So hopefully this video helped you, and I'm going to also have just one or two more chainsaw videos. I've got a really cool new sharpener that I'm going to try out and I'm going to test, and I'll leave that on the end screen after I'll add that to the end screen after I happen to do that video, so you can, if you're watching this later, it might be there. And I'm not a chainsaw professional by any means. There are plenty of chainsaw channels out there that do a great job, but this is just some basic stuff for the basic homeowner that can help you. So I hope this helped you. I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon for future videos, and stop back again soon. Thanks.